Hello and welcome to your yoga practice for the day. So whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here and you chose to watch this practice. My name is Anne and I'll be leading you through about a 45 to 60 minute yoga practice that is a Vinyasa flow. So this is a stronger practice. We'll be moving our bodies, we'll be in and out of intermediate to advanced poses, but I'll be offering options, modifications for any level. So even if you're coming to this video as a beginner, continue to watch and practice and see how this practice feels. So we are going to get started in our child's pose. Now before you come down into that, you'll notice that I do have two blocks here. Those are the only props that you might want to have this morning or this afternoon or this evening. So go ahead and grab a couple of blocks if you have them. If not, no worries. You'll have plenty of options without. Okay, now we'll find our child's pose. So knees as wide as your yoga mat. Start to extend your arms forward and now bring your forehead down. Now already, if this is hard for you to bring your forehead down, you can take one of those blocks and set that underneath your forehead to make this feel a little more accessible. I'll invite you to start to breathe in and out through your nose. And just notice how you're feeling this pose in your body. Are you feeling the opening through the ankles? Are you feeling an opening through your hips, your spine, your shoulders? This is your chance to tune in, to look inward and pay attention. If you're not already, start to bring your breath to a slower cadence, in and out through the nose. Those long inhales and exhales guiding our practice. And taking a moment here to remind yourself that it's okay if your mind wanders. It's okay if you start to think about things outside of this practice. But when you do, come back to here and now. We'll be working in our hips quite a bit in this practice. So know that if you feel tension, if you feel tightness throughout this practice in these poses, that's okay. That's why you're here. Take one more breath in your child's pose. I'm just removing my block. And then start to bring both hands off to one side. So hands are coming off to one side of the mat, coming into a side stretch. Keep sinking your hips down and back. Good. Move off to the other side. Hands off. Continuing to walk fingertips until you feel a good deep side stretch. Good. Come back to center in your child's pose and make your way up to your tabletop. So in your tabletop, wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hip bones. Spread your fingers wide and come into 5 rounds of cat and cow. Inhaling for cow pose, looking up. Exhaling into cat pose, arching the spine. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice job. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Really drop the belly. And on your exhale, press the mat away. Tuck your chin and start to walk your fingertips in towards your knees. Really exaggerating that rounding of your spine. Good. Take one more breath here. And then walk your hands back out to your tabletop. Extend your right leg back. Set your toes down on the mat and press into your heel, stretching through the calf muscle. As you're here, hug your triceps in, hug your belly button in. Good, now start to lift that right foot up off the mat. Cross the foot over the opposite ankle and set it down off the mat. Now look over the left shoulder to find the heel. So you can see I'm creating the C curve in my spine. Again, stretching through the outside of my leg and the right side of the body. Good, back to center. Bring the right knee in. Other side, left leg extends. Set the toes down, press back into the heel. Good. So if you're needing a little more resistance here, press into the palms. Good, core is active. Now lift the foot, cross the lifted foot over the back ankle. So now we're looking over the right shoulder. Good. We're stretching through the left side body. We're still breathing into the belly. Good, come back to center, bring both knees under the hips. From here, step back into plank. We're going to activate our core here for a few breaths before we come through our sun salutation poses. So if you don't feel like you can keep a long spine in plank, just drop to your knees, right? This is still really active. This is still working your core if knees are down. If your knees are up, start to really press down through the thumb, the pointer finger, and we're going to tap our knees. Bring one knee down and lift, other knee down and lift. So if you're looking at the video, you're going to notice that my back isn't moving. It's just the knees. Good. If you're not feeling this yet, hold each knee tap for a little longer. Good, one more each side. Fantastic. Push back to your downward dog. Now we're gonna sync our breaths together. So you and we're gonna breathe together in this video. So start to inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Good, inhale through the nose. Exhale it out. Now take these breaths on your own and start to move in your downward dog. So maybe you're pedaling through the feet like I am. Maybe you're bending through the knees. Take a moment to move your body in a way that feels good for you right now. Let's breathe in together. Exhale it out. Good, now look forward, bend your knees. And at the end of your exhale, walk your feet to your hands. First forward fold of the class. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see my knees are bent. My hips are still lifted, but my belly is resting on my thighs. This takes all the pressure off the low back. You can bring a block underneath your hands if that helps you here. Continue to breathe, maybe sway side to side if that helps you to open up the back body. Shake your head yes and no to get the tension out of your neck. Take one more breath here. Exhale, release. Good, inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. On your inhale, reach and rise all the way up to mountain pose. And on your exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach, little back bend at the top. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to your plank. So we've been here once before. Nice strong planks. Remember, knees down is always an option. Now breathe in, hinge forward. And on your exhale, lower all the way down to your bellies. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. So you'll notice I'm not looking up, right? My neck is an extension of my spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes. Press back to down dog, either using knees or pressing right through plank. and then to downward facing dog. Take one breath in, exhale it out. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or jump, forward fold. A little faster this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga as an option this time, hovering halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Thighs off the mat if you're ready. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job. One breath in. Let it out. Good. Sun salutation A one more time. Look forward, breathe in. At the end of your exhale, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. It's the tops of the feet on the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. You take 2 breaths here, in through the nose and out. One more in through the nose and out. Good. Let's inhale to look forward, bend your knees. And on your exhale, step or jump, forward fold. Good. In this fold, bring your big toes close together, maybe even touching, heels slightly apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Next, inhale, find your chair pose. Sitting back, just adjusting my mic pack here, so you stay, extend your arms. Not used to teaching yoga with a microphone, right? So it's a learning curve here. Extend your arms. Good. So if this does not feel good in your shoulders, hands can come to heart center. Hands can even be active at your sides. So you decide hand placement, arm placement. Sink a little lower, breathe in. And on your exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands down, left foot steps back. Finding this runner's lunge. Hold here for a moment in this deep lunge. Back knee is lifted. Fingertips are supporting you on the mat. Then lengthen up through your heart. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Good. Inhale again, lift the heart. Exhale, soften. Next, inhale, press down through the feet, lift up into your high lunge here. So I'm adjusting my feet so that I feel really stable and sturdy. We're building our pose from the ground up. Extend your arms when you're ready. Breathing here in your lunge. Back leg is long, front knee is bent. Hug your core in. Now breathe in, straighten your front leg. On your exhale, reach out over that straightened leg. So I have a micro bend in my front knee. I'm reaching and extending through the fingertips. My back is really active. Breathe in. Exhale, bend. We're going to flow that now. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stay. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stay. One more time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bend. Exhale, hands down around your front foot. Step back to downward facing dog. Breathe in, lengthen out through plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Good. Exhale, down dog. Now, if at any time I offer a flow, right, a chaturanga, an up dog, and you prefer to stay in down dog, please do that. Take a child's pose at any time and come back when you're ready. Let's come into the other side. Look forward. Inhale. On your exhale, step or jump, forward fold. Big toes come together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit back, chair pose. Utkatasana in our Sanskrit. So still breathing through our nose. If arms extended is not for you, hands can come to heart center. I'll keep mine there. If that's where you are, I'm with you. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, right foot steps back. Stay in your runner's lunge. Inhale, lift up through the heart. Exhale, soften the muscles. So when I say soften, I mean try to release some tension, especially in that back long leg. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, soften. Now inhale, ground down through the feet, lift up to your high lunge. You see me adjusting to get there. Part of that's because my mat is a little slipperier than I'm used to. Part of that is because I want to build my pose from the ground up. So when you feel stable, steady, reach your arms up. Good, now breathe in, lengthen the front leg. Exhale, extend your body out. Remember, one long line through the tailbone up through the crown. Breathe in. Exhale, back to your lunge. We'll flow. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stay. Inhale, straight. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, stay. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lunge. This time, exhale, hands down. Find your downward facing dog. Stay here or flow with me, inhaling to plank. Exhaling, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, or a child's pose if that's what you need. Take just a moment for you here. Maybe you need a water break right now. Maybe you need to catch your breath. Maybe you need to close your eyes and come back to why you're here, why you're practicing yoga right now. If you feel ready, meet back in your down dog. Lifting the hips, spreading the fingers wide. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump forward, fold. Big toes together. Inhale, chair pose. We've been here before. We're gonna add on to our sequence. Exhale to stay. Good, inhale, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, left foot back, high lunge. Coming up right away this time. Good, exhale, stay. Inhale, straight. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, lunge. Exhale to stay. Now inhale, straighten. Exhale, find your warrior two. So we're opening up our hips now to the side. Our front knee is bent, our right knee. Back leg is long and our arms are extending out like a T. Shoulder height. Good, now breathe in. Exhale, sink a little lower. Good, breathe in, open up for star pose. So look at my feet, star pose, toes are turned out. Exhale, goddess. Good, so hips are opening here. If you notice your knees are falling in fact mine are, step your feet a little closer till your knees can open beyond the big toe. Now if you notice you really bend forward in this pose, I see this a lot. Sit up nice and tall, hug the belly button in. My hands are staying at heart center. For you, goddess can take a different arm placement. Heart center feels right for me. Good, one more breath. Good, exhale, stand. Turn all 10 toes to face the same direction as your hips. Take a wide-legged fold. So you may need to bring your feet a little wider. You may need to bring a block underneath your palms to reach the mat. I want you to feel stable and steady in this wide fold and not like you're gonna topple out of it. So breathe easy here and then start to explore what might feel good in this pose. Maybe that's a sway back and forth. Maybe that's reaching side to side. Maybe you would like to stay at center and reach underneath your legs and start to pull your body in a deeper forward fold. Whatever you choose to do that for 2 more breaths. Good. Now come back to center. Palms are underneath your gaze, underneath your face. And inhale, lift as if you're coming up halfway. Good. On your exhale, fold forward. Turn everything to the front of your mat. We're back in this runner's lunge. Drop the back knee. Inhale, low lunge. Reach your arms up. Back knee is down. Exhale, hands down. Nice job. Tuck the back toes to lift the knee. Meet in a down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job. We've got the left side now. Look forward, breathe in. On your exhale, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Big toes come close together. Inhale for your chair pose. Sit back, arms are where they need to be for you. This is our last chair of class, so make it your best. Maybe it's your lowest, maybe it's your longest chair of this yoga practice. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back to your high lunge. Now while you do that, I'm just adjusting my view so that I never have my back to you. So where you are, left foot should be forward, right foot should be back. Reach your arms up. If you notice, if ever I say my left and right's wrong, just make sure you're even, right? Make sure you're doing the opposite side. Let's breathe in, straighten the front leg. Exhale, extend your body out. Good, inhale to a lunge. Exhale to stay. Now inhale, straighten your front leg. On your exhale, open to your warrior 2. So left leg should be forward, left knee should be bent. Hips are opening to the side, knee is opening away from the big toe, arms long. Breathe in. Exhale, sink. Breathe in, star pose. Open up everything. Exhale, goddess. Sit down. Open the knees. Open the heart. We're going to move in our goddess a little bit this time to work our inner thighs. So take your palms to your knees. You'll see my thumb is to the inside, my 4 fingers are to the outside. I'm pressing my knees away from each other. Then we're going to dip one shoulder down. Come back to center. You can add your breath in. Exhaling as you dip. Inhaling to lift. Good. One more time each side. Exhale, shoulder down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, shoulder down. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale here. And then inhale, lengthen up back to your star pose. Turn all 10 toes forward. Exhale, wide-legged fold. Second time, do something different. Something you didn't try on that first side. Maybe it's opening an arm up to the ceiling for a twist. Maybe you try bending into one leg and then the other leg. Good. 2 more breaths. This is your chance to even out through each side or hold the wide-legged fold variation that you have chosen. And after that second breath, meet back at center. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen up through the spine. On your exhale, turn everything toward the top of your mat. That should be with the left foot forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale, low lunge. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale to lengthen through the fingertips. Exhale the hands down. Tuck the back toe, lift the knee, step to downward dog. Stay here or flow through. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Then wherever you are, exhale back to a child's pose. Now I'd like you to stay low in this child's pose. I'm going to come up and sit for just a moment so that you can hear me a little more clearly instead of me talking down to the mat. So again, if you sat up with me, please come back to that child's pose. Arms extended out on the mat. Maybe they're at your side for an embryo. Start to breathe. We've put in a lot of work already in this yoga practice. Come back to your breath. If your mind is somewhere else now, bring it back to your mat. Bring it back to your body. Bring it back to your breath. Take another inhale. Exhale it out. Good. Now make your way through a tabletop and then meet in downward facing dog. So we have our standing balance pose here. Let's make our way to a forward fold, maybe stepping feet forward, and slowly roll all the way up for your mountain pose, your Tadasana. Then you can exhale, hands to heart center. Good. So standing figure 4. In fact, I'll stay at an angle so you can see more of my body and how this should look. Standing figure 4 is similar to tree pose in that we're on one foot. However, in tree pose, we bring that foot to the inside of the leg. Here we cross the ankle over the knee. So we're creating this image of a 4. Now you're going to feel this in the hip. My right foot is down, my left leg is lifted. So I'm feeling this in my left hip, my left glute. Hands will start at heart center. This is where you can stay. If you know you have tighter hips, this is a great place to stay. If you'd like to feel more of a stretch, more of a challenge, start to sink your weight as if you're sitting back in a chair. For me, arms forward helps me to counterbalance myself. Maybe for you, hands stay at heart center. Keep this lifted foot flexed. Keep breathing. This is a lot for the standing leg, but it's also a lot for the lifted leg. Good. Now, if you want to challenge yourself even more, hands come to heart center. Start to breathe in. And on your exhale, bring your left elbow to the left sole of the foot, adding a twist. Breathe. I know I get real quiet when I'm here. Good. Come back to center. Slowly stand up. Whew, shake that out. Release that side. So if you fell right out of that figure 4 over and over again, if the twist didn't happen for you today, smile, laugh, say thank you, body, for doing what you can for me. Next time I'll try it again, right? So there's no shame. There's no competition. There's no bad feelings, right, about how we balance, or any of our yoga pose, how we do any of our yoga practice. Let's try the other side, letting go any ego that we might have going on right now. So left foot comes down. Find a focal point, maybe a drishti that helps you stay steady. Cross the right ankle above the left knee. Flex that foot. Create that image of a 4. If you're choosing to, start to sink your weight down. Bend down, sitting into that pretend chair. Maybe arms come forward to counterbalance. They can stay at heart if that helps you more. Good. If you're adding the twist, come with me. Breathe in. On your exhale, right elbow to the right sole of the foot. Keep breathing. Find a new drishti now that your gaze is in a different direction. Preferably something that's not moving. Take one more breath in the twist if you're there. Good, now come back out of it the way we came in. Release that out, nice job. Good, shake out what you need to, maybe an ankle, maybe a hip. Now inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to your plank. And for a count of 5, we're gonna lower ourselves down to our belly. Are you ready? Here we go. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Keep your palms underneath your shoulders here. Untuck your toes so that the tops of your feet are on your mat. Gaze forward. Inhale into your high cobra. So for you, that might be arms almost straight. If you're doing that, imagine that spine is lifting and lengthening, right? You're creating space in the low back. Good, take another breath in. Exhale all the way down. Now take your fingers out to the side. Call these spider fingers. So you're tented up onto the fingertips. On your inhale, lift and lengthen the spine, the chest again. Little sips of air. And then release. Good. Coming up a third time, either with spider fingers or palms under your shoulders. You decide what felt better. This is the third and final time we're coming up. Take a breath in, lift and lengthen. And release everything down. Nice job. Hands under the shoulders if they're not already there. Tuck your toes. Press back to your downward facing dog. Let's get into our hips a little bit more here as we start to cool down, slow our heart rate down. Inhale the right leg high. And on your exhale, bring your right knee behind your right wrist, setting up for our half pigeon. Now you'll see my left foot is walking back. I'm creating some space between my front heel and my back knee. Then I'll untuck my back toe. Look over each shoulder. Make sure that leg is an extension of the hips, and then from here you get to decide how you'd like to find this pose. So you can stay up onto your fingertips if your hips are feeling tighter today. Maybe you come down onto a block using your forearms for support. Maybe you're someone who can lay their entire chest down onto the mat. Take a moment to decide where you'd like to be. And pick a place where you feel like you can be still. So don't come into this pose so deeply that you're wincing in pain, right? We don't want to feel pain. We want to feel something. We want to feel stretch. But if we've gone into the pain zone, we need to back out a little bit. You can close your eyes here if you'd like to. Really find your breath in this pigeon pose. So for just a moment, imagine that all you have right now to do, your only responsibility right this moment is to breathe deeply and to be still. I know for me, sometimes the poses that are still are more challenging than moving quickly. So if that resonates with you too, just remember that this is temporary, right? We're not here forever. We are here for 2 more breaths. Nice, long, slow breaths. When you've finished that second long breath, slowly come back up onto your fingertips. Set the block aside. I'm going to invite all of us to stay here or find your king pigeon. So if you're finding or trying king pigeon, bend through the back leg. Take the left hand to the inside of the left foot, and then realign your hips forward. Okay, here's one version of king pigeon. The other might be to release the right hand. Now again, if at any point you feel pain, come back out 1 step. Okay, take another breath in. Good, release the front hand first. Gently release the back foot. And then make your way to a tabletop, nice and easy, nice and easy. from tabletop, start to move through that right hip, that right leg. So maybe you're making some half circles or moving your hips side to side. For some, it feels really good to rotate the hip and draw circles with the knee. Go ahead, so move how you need to for that side to feel safe, for that side to feel released. Okay, when you're ready, let's practice half pigeon on the left. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, and inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee behind left wrist. Walk the right foot back. So you might notice right away your sides are feeling different. I hold most of my tension on the right side, so for me this feels great. The first side was a real challenge. Look over one shoulder. Look over the other shoulder. Align the leg behind the hip. And then from here you decide. Would you like to come down onto a block, onto forearms? Would you like to stay lifted? Would you like to put a block underneath your hip, right? So that sometimes helps us feel supported as well. Whatever you've chosen, breathe. If it helps you to close your eyes, feel free to do that. If you notice right now that you're clenching your jaw or tensing through the neck or shoulders, move your neck a little bit, open and close your jaw. Right? It's okay if you feel like you're looking silly. Do what feels right for you to release some of that tension. 2 more long breaths here in our pigeon. Good, now come up onto your hands if you're not there already. Take your time. This is where you'll stay or find king pigeon. This time it's the right knee that bends, right hand reaches back for the foot. Maybe you can just grab a pant leg, that's great too. If you'd like to release the front hand. Keep your spine long, keep your gaze, your chest lifted. If you'd like to take a mudra with that lifted hand, go right ahead. 1 more breath. Good, front hand down first. Gently release the back leg, meet in your tabletop. And then move your hips, your left hip in particular, in a way that feels good for you. So circles, stretching it back, moving the hips side to side, whatever works for you. Good. Then when that feels complete, I'll have you swing your legs around forward. We're coming all the way onto our backs. And if you like support in bridge or some inversions, take a block with you. I'm gonna adjust my mic pack here just a moment so that I'm not turning it off or anything is happening there. Good. So we're gonna start in our bridge pose. Heels in nice and close. Feet are still in line with the hips. Okay, arms at our side. If you know you like supported bridge or are interested in that, grab your block. And as you inhale, lift up your hips and your spine off the mat. Bring your chest toward your chin. Now you can stay right here in your bridge pose, or you can take that block at any level underneath the sacrum. So right above the tailbone, okay, right above where your glute flesh begins, right? Good. Breathing here in bridge. If it's in your practice to tuck your shoulders underneath your chest, feel free to add that right now as well. That's a little difficult for me when we're in a supported bridge, so I'm leaving my arms at my side for today. Right? That's another thing. Your yoga practice does not have to look the same each and every time you come to your mat, right? So don't feel like if you normally don't use a block in bridge that you can't today. If that's what your body's asking for, that's okay. That's what it needs, right? Good. Wherever you are, Start to bring your spine back down to the mat, taking your time. So remove a block or start to work your spine down. The tailbone should be the very last thing to touch. Good. Nice job. So this time, our second time up, you can choose to come into bridge again, or you can take a different inversion. So if you would like to practice waterfall, just send your legs up. If you would like to practice shoulder stand, feel free to lift your legs and support your low back with your hands. I'm going to take an in-between of those two. So I'm going to come back into my supported bridge and then float my legs up from there. Okay, this is your chance also to practice a wheel or practice handstand, headstand. Okay, so any pose right now that brings your hips above your heart is fantastic. If for you that's a bridge, again, wonderful. Sometimes it's kind of fun to have fun when your legs are up. So if you're in a shoulder stand or a waterfall, feel free to play a little bit here, right? To bring one leg down or both legs out. Try something you've never tried before. Good. If you're in a full shoulder stand, feel free to come into a plow pose, and I'll demonstrate plow here for just a moment. So if you were in a shoulder stand, plow brings the feet above the head, and then from plow, deaf man's pose, knees around the ears. Good. If you choose to take one of those and feel any compression come out of it, right? So our neck should not feel compromised if we're in a plow or deaf man's pose. Now, if that's where you are, come back to a shoulder stand. We're coming out of our inversions now, everyone. And then wherever you are, slowly bring your spine flat and then your feet flat, and take a reclined bound angle, or Supta Baddha Konasana. So you see my feet coming together, my knees falling open to release the low back. Hands can rest on your belly heart, arms can still be out at the side. You decide. Take a moment here. Let your spine have a moment to adjust, to reset back in its neutral position here. If you feel some kind of energy or tingling running up and down your spine, know that that's normal. It means that you've woken up something there that hadn't been awake prior. And take one more breath in this pose. Good, and then we're going into our fish pose. So extend your legs long and start to bring your palms underneath your bottom, and then tuck your whole arm underneath your body. So you're laying out onto your arms. Your palms are facing down. On your next breath in, press into your forearms, press into your elbows, and then bring the crown of your head, the very top of your head, to the mat. So you're looking directly behind you. You'll feel this opening significantly through the throat, through the heart. Your heels should be staying down onto your mat. Take one more breath. Good, and then bring your head back so that it's flat. Untuck your arms and then give yourself a little hug. Hug your knees in here. Rock side to side. Good. Come back to center. Let your arms fall open to a T. Palms facing up. Align your knees right over your hips. Breathe in. And on your exhale, let your knees fall off to one side. Good, so whatever direction your knees went, take your gaze away from the knees, opposite direction. You'll feel a little more stretch through the chest, through the neck. If your legs are shaking, I know mine still are, take a big breath in, and on your exhale, try to release anything left that's holding on. Good, come back to center with the knees and the gaze. And on your exhale, knees fall off in the opposite direction. Good. You stay in your twist. I'm sitting up so you can hear me a little better. Again, you stay in your twist. Good. Inhale the knees and the gaze back to center. Give yourself one more big hug, reaching around the knees. And then extend your body long, legs out, arms out, for a very brief mindfulness practice, a Shavasana. Don't skip this part. Right? Don't turn the video off here and say, I've done enough. This is where the work happens, right? Is in the stillness. Let your eyes close if they're still open. Now, Shavasana is here so that your body can integrate all the work that you've just done, all the movement, all the breathing, all the twisting, all the stretching, all the strengthening. It's in these last few moments of stillness that your body starts to say, okay, I'm safe. Thank you for moving me in these ways. My mind is often quite busy, and so Shavasana is a challenge. I know I am always tempted to turn off the video right here. Go change the laundry over, go help the kids, go get ready for my day. So if that's you right now, a little antsy, a little fidgety, wondering when this part will be over, take another long breath and say to yourself, I am at peace with stillness. I am calm. I am safe. I know this is what my body and my mind needs right now. I am exactly where I need to be right now. I am so grateful to myself that I've done this work. I am so grateful to my body for what it does for me, for moving me every day, for keeping me healthy and well, for getting me where I need to go, when I need to be there. I am so grateful for my body. If there's another statement, another affirmation you would like to say to yourself right now, in your mind or out loud, please do that. We'll start to bring movement back into our body now by wiggling fingers, wiggling your toes. Let your head fall side to side. And when you're ready, take a full body stretch. You're still on your back, so you're reaching your arms and your legs out as if you're getting out of bed. Good, and on your exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Maybe rock side to side for a moment. And then come to rest on one side of your body, curled up. Pausing there. Once again, feeling a deep sense of gratitude for giving yourself this practice and this time. Gratitude for everything your body does for you. And gratitude for all the benefits of your practice, even the ones you don't know about yet. Come up to a seat. Eyes closed or taking a soft gaze down toward your mat. On an inhale, reach your arms up one last time. Bring your hands together and down through to the heart center. Thank you all so much for joining me for this yoga practice. Namaste. I'll see you again soon.